Hey students, welcome to Newsday for this week. We're talking about lean this week, and I wanted to bring your attention to, again, just like the 7 forms of waste. It's overproduction, it's waiting, it's inventory, like too much inventory is obviously a waste, processing, motion, like when people have to extend motion, their physical motion, like they have to overreach, they have to do a lot of steps, they have to do a lot of walking, and that sort of thing, motion. And then defects, of course, scrap and that sort of thing are all examples of waste. But there's another form of waste. There's 7 forms of waste, if you recall. One of the forms of waste is also, it's called transportation. And we don't talk a lot about it, so I want to spend just a minute talking about it. And the article in front of you is from 2009, just recently here, February 25th, 2019. And it's titled Several Factors Disrupting the Future of the Transportation Industry. Now remember, if you think about transportation from a lean definition standpoint, waste of transportation is when it occurs when material has to be moved between workstations or even between plants, if you will, like there's wasted motion and there's wasted transportation. Now, in the transportation logistics industry, and some of you may be a part of this, the way to make money is to transport as much as possible together between 2 points, and you might get the shortest distance possible. So the idea is to get as much material from point A to point B with this little gas cost, okay? So this article talks about some disruptions that are coming our way the in the trucking industry specifically. Now this again is from February 25th out of Truck News. Okay, there's actually magazines and articles out there about truck news. The author talks about some societal trends that are changing the direction that the trucking industry is taking, and that the trucking industry needs to like address these. You know, for example, urban congestion, an aging population, and then even some evolving technology. So just real briefly, what this author is encouraging is strategic partnerships are going to be essential to surviving in the trucking and transportation industry, especially again, think about waste of transportation dollars and that sort of thing when you think about lean and value chains. So this author says strategic partnerships are going to be important. She pointed out that efforts like, companies like from Amazon and that sort of thing, they're going to create this big fulfillment center for transportation or supply chain down in Nashville. Our company is from Michigan, but we're going to Nashville. We're opening up a new branch in that area because there's a number of large companies going there, and there's a whole supply chain that supports those large companies. Amazon's one of those large companies. LG is another large company that's going in down just north of Nashville, in the Clarksville area. And so we're going to be there. We're a staffing industry. And we hope to get business around those different supply chains and the different logistics companies that grow up around Amazon and that sort of thing. Even same-day delivery service is kind of an expectation now. There's a new startup called Deliv, and they're going to be, I'm not sure if they're going to Nashville or not, but all these are examples of having strategic partnerships to take care of your transportation and logistics. Think about this. The article also talks about drone-based delivery systems. I know Amazon's played with that. Again, consider how to eliminate waste in the transportation cycle. Drone-based sounds pretty good. How about this one? There's an aging and diminishing pool of qualified drivers, people with their CDLs, for example. We experience this. We work with a lot of customers who want CDL drivers, and boy, are they hard to find. So as the population ages and that CDL license or that CDL certification isn't as popular anymore with younger drivers, we got to find another way around that. Even higher wages hasn't had an impact to draw people into the desire to get their CDL and drive trucks and that sort of thing. So that's a challenge that has to be faced. Again, focus on what's the waste in the transportation cycle and how can we take that waste out. Some companies are turning to rail, taking things by railway. Or boat if you have to go, over water and that sort of thing. Obviously, there's the whole EV movement, electrical vehicle movement with trucks and large vans and that sort of thing, and delivery vans. Technology's coming our way, again, focused on removing waste out of the system. Another technology that's out there right now, and obviously it's here, it's growing, is blockchain. And blockchain is going to be a great way for trucking companies to do transactions without a third party. and it's a great audit trail. It's proof of certification that the product got from point A to point B. Compliance issues are taken care of. So keep your eye on blockchain as well as you think about transportation. So, okay, that's it. Just want to bring, kind of get you thinking about transportation, moving product, not just between workstation, but moving product between from point A to point B. Check this article out. See if it gets you thinking about it. There's no assignment to do with this. So enjoy it and have a great afternoon.